Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Evutec AER series in carbon black. This is a phone case that is made out of Aramid fibers. Super tough, super strong. They're used in ballistic materials like bulletproof vests, things of that nature. So it's a really neat material, cool to the touch, super thin, lightweight phone case. Evutec is the OG player in this space that is carbon fiber. They're one of the first companies to bring this type of phone case to market. So it's a pretty unique offering, pretty unique case, and we're going to take a close-up look at it. So let's get started. So you can pick this up on Amazon for $30 right now on the Evutec website. This case runs $40. I've also seen these in Targets in the United States. I'm here in Texas for $49. So it's not a cheap case, but you do get a couple of things with this case, which is the reason why it's a little bit more expensive than other cases. Number one is the Aramid fibers itself. It's a higher priced material that they're working with to make the case. But in addition to that, you also get a car mount. This is a car mount that goes in your air vent, and there's magnets built into the phone case that just lock in place each time. Incredibly easy to use. This is my favorite car mount that I've used so far. You take it on and off with one hand, so if you're holding a drink or keys or something else in the other hand, very easy to just throw on the car mount and you're set and good to go. The other thing is the way the magnets are oriented in the phone case, it's not just one steel plate. They're actually oriented around where the wireless conductive coil is. So wireless charging also works on this case. So if I plop this down here, there you go. We're now wireless charging. So the cool thing is you get magnets, you get a phone mount, wireless charging still works, whereas if you're using a plate, it won't work because that plate will block the wireless charging. You get all that in a single package with Aramid fibers. So if that's something you're looking for, you should definitely consider Evutec. The other thing you get with their cases that you may not get with other cases, such as later case, which we're going to compare here in a second, is you get a bumper that fully covers the top, the sides, holes and cutouts for the buttons. This is graded to a mil spec of 810G, which means it's been drop tested on the corners, back, front, up to 4 feet, and the phone has not been damaged. So that's waist height. You're not getting over your head type of drop protection, but I think it's a reasonable level of drop protection for a phone case like this because this is very thin. I believe it's 1.6 or 1.9, yeah, 1.6 millimeters thin. So super thin phone case with a level of drop protection. So if you're looking for that, plus the Aramid fiber, plus the phone charger, there's a lot to like about this package. So now let's get an up close look at the case. Here's a good look at the carbon fiber back of the case. It will get fingerprint on it. You do have to wipe it down every now and then. They're not as easy to see, but, and I said carbon fiber, I meant Aramid fiber, but the Aramid fiber does get some fingerprints from time to time. Let's take a closer look at the camera bump. There is a nice camera bump lip around your camera cutouts, as you can see. So they are going to give you some protection. They are going to be covered when you're setting this case down on its back. There is the camera bump. There's the carbon fiber material. It's pretty smooth. I don't necessarily feel the ridges on this case, which is a little bit different. So on the later case, I do feel the ridges a little bit more, but if you notice the material, same pattern, some very similar design. Even the hump around the camera is very, very similar. I only think there's so much you can do with this kind of material. But one of the key differences is, if you notice later case, super thin, but there's really zero protection around the sides or the front. So this one though has a bumper. This is a TPU bumper that goes around the side of the phone. Flip this around. Super clicky buttons. There's a cutout for your mute rocker, plenty of room to get in there, turn that on and off. The buttons are very clicky on this case. They've done a good job with that. Here's the Evutec branding. There are these lines embedded in the TPU material, which I think adds some grip to the case. It's not the grippiest case I've ever used, but it's solid. The grip's pretty good. This isn't gonna slip out of your hand necessarily. Cutouts for the speaker ports, your speaker grill cutouts, and your power port. There's the power button. As I said before, very clicky, very easy to find on the case. The case feels really nice and soft in the hand, mainly because of that TPU material that goes around the sides. It has a really nice soft feel to it. The one thing I will say though is it is a little loose. This is a little bit loose on the phone, more so than I'm typically used to in a phone case. However, with that in mind, I've never felt like this case was going to slip off the phone. The phone is in there. It has a solid fit around the phone. There's a little bit of wiggle on the sides of the case, which is a little bit different. So just know that, if you get this phone case, it may be a little bit loose fitting, but there's no risk for this thing falling out, at least in my opinion, of your phone falling out of the case. Give you another view here. The case on its own. It's got a really nice look to it. I actually like how it does provide some additional protection with the bumper around the side, so you are getting full coverage for your phone case. So let's zoom in and take a look at the lip up close. So you are getting a nice lip around the case. Let's see if I can get it. There you go. You can see that down in the bottom corner. So if you're setting this down on its face on a flat surface, you're not going to be scratching the screen of your phone. You do have a lip, a raised edge all the way around the front of the screen. There's another look from the side, the camera bump, and there's the lip. I right now have a Spigen screen cover on my phone. I did drop it recently, and so there's a little bit of chip in the corner there. That seems to be, if I drop my phone, where I'm hitting it. For some reason, it must be the way I hold it. Every time I get a little chip right there if I've dropped my phone. And so that screen cover really does work. I can definitely testify to it, and it's super easy to put on. Let me zoom back out a little bit. So it's a really nice looking case. But then I also talked about kind of the magnet. So there's one thing about this, it takes quite a bit to pull this thing off. So your phone is not gonna fall off of this car mount at all. The way you put this on though is a little tricky. Basically the way it works is there's these metal prongs here, and they fit in these holes here. So if you want it vertically, they're gonna fit in the holes this way. If you want it horizontally, they're gonna fit, you just move the case and they fit in this way. What you do is you slide them in. So you put them in here, and then you slide it up, and that kind of locks them in place. And then when you put the phone in the car mount, the rounded edge is gonna face downwards, and then it just fits on just like that. So I mean, this thing is not going to come off. Now you shake hard enough, it will come off, but it's pretty solid. So 3 things you should know about this case. Number 1, you're getting high quality Aramid fiber on the back of the case. You're getting 4 feet of drop protection, getting a ridged bumper all the way around. So the top, the bottom, the sides are fully protected in this case. You get a nice lip around the front of the case to protect your screen if you're setting it down on its face. You have a lip around the camera, so your camera will be protected. Your camera lenses won't be scratched if you're setting the case down on its back. To me, my favorite thing about this case, to be honest with you, is the car mount that it comes with. I mean, this is just a game changer right here. This car mount is executed really well, and not only does it work really well in terms of a car mount, but it has magnets in it and it still stays wireless charging compatible. So to me, that is the big win with going with this phone case, is the materials it's made of, out of the level of protection you get, plus you get this car mount. So pretty cool. I'll just show you the box real quick because it is a little bit different. Let me zoom out here. It is kind of thick. It's a thick box. So if you're looking for this case, this is the box you want to look at. As I said before, they do have this available in Target in the US, or you can obviously buy it on Amazon. I would look on Amazon because it seems like that's where it was the cheapest price to me. I found it for $30 versus $40 or $50 in other locations. So if this video helps you in your purchasing decision, I'd love to get a subscribe, give me a like, let me know what else I can look at down below. Next week, we're going to be looking at another case by Evutec. It is the sport version of their Aramid fiber case, much thicker, much more drop protection. If you're looking for something that maybe you're working construction, or maybe you do a lot of outdoor activities, you might consider that case from Evutec. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Later. Peace.